Je crois que notre génération doit savoir que la bête de l'événement est là. Et elle arrive. La bête de l'événement est là. Et elle arrive. La bête de l'événement est là.
Parce que le projet était tellement cher aux yeux de ces constructeurs, de ces architectes, qu'il ne faudrait pas que ce projet échoue. La technologie est avancée dans le monde des ténèbres. Ce que nous avons ici ne sont pas des technologies, mais des bribes. C'est des bribes de technologie. Vous suivez? Il y a une technologie qui a été développée, je veux parler de cela maintenant. Si, je ne sais pas si c'est révélé déjà sur la terre, si ce n'est pas révélé, bientôt on va la voir. Écoutez-moi très attentivement. Et ceci, une fois de plus, c'est fait contre les chrétiens. Satan sait que les fils de Dieu vont ressembler exactement au Seigneur Jésus, puissant en œuvre et en parole. Il le sait. Il est en train de, ou mieux, il a déjà conçu. C'est conçu. Je ne sais pas si c'est déjà manifesté. Il va manifester. La ressemblance faciale non identique, mais identique et identiquement fausse. Il a fait cette chose-là.
Le clonage.
Le clonage, c'est autre chose, c'est petit. Oui, comme la façon que le frère s'est fait. Vous avez vu combien il a de faire? Très bien. Combien il a de faire comme ça? J'ai dit tout à l'heure qu'on a conçu des technologies pour suivre les gens. Ça veut dire que ces faits et gestes sont captés. On le suivait seulement. On remarque donc qu'il est né sous une étoile qui est puissante. De toute façon, par habitude, ils savent que toutes les étoiles qui sont puissantes, ils ont eu l'affaire à la guerre à ce genre d'étoiles. Ils n'ont jamais vaincu sur la terre. Donc ce qu'il faut faire, c'est qu'il faut saboter son ministère. Comme pour Jésus, ils ne pouvaient rien faire, ils n'ont pas pu le tuer. Ils disent que non, il égale la multitude. Il fait c'est pas Bézébut. Il a dit qu'il va détruire le temps. Vous voyez ça? Les calomnies, les ceci, pour discréditer son ministère. Donc sachant que les fils de la fin des temps seront exactement comme le frère, ils ont conçu cette technologie. Ce frère-ci, on va capter son image, capter tout son comportement, capter tout ce qu'il attend, la filière. C'est pour cela que les prédicateurs qui utilisent les YouTube et autres là-bas, que comme plateforme pour prêcher, ils mettent leur image, et ça parce que là, c'est quand le Saint-Esprit parle de ces choses qu'il comprend pourquoi il m'a préservé depuis, pour ouvrir ces choses et que mon visage ne soit pas présenté. Quelqu'un ouvre son ça, il met la radio, la télévision, et là il dit que Dieu m'aime. Vous remarquez que votre pasteur met la main sur dans le truc, pas vrai? Que Dieu m'aime. On prend son image. Ils ont conçu une technologie qui va reproduire exactement toi, parlant. Cette fois-ci, on va mettre cette image en train de commettre le péché. On filme, on diffuse sur YouTube. Tu regardes toi-même comme ça là. C'est identique à toi, mais tu sais que tu n'étais pas là-bas. Prouve à tes fidèles que ce n'est pas toi alors. Vous avez compris ce que je dis? Cette technologie vient d'arriver. Vous comprenez? En tout cas, que vous le voulez ou pas. Toi-même, tu vas voir ta face, ça, tu vas regarder comme ça, que mais je rêve ou je rêve. Quand vous allez faire ça, on te montre ça, ça se présente sur les réseaux sociaux. Tu es sa femme. Comment tu vas prouver à ta femme que ce n'est pas toi? Pensez-y maintenant. Comment on va faire? C'est l'une des raisons pour laquelle elle ne voulait que je parle maintenant. Pour que vous vous préparez. Que vos Facebook avec vos images supprimées. Que vos comptes vidéo supprimés. Ne mettez pas vos photos. Faites pas la photo. Parce que bientôt il va supprimer YouTube. Il va produire quelque chose pour introduire les gens là-bas. Sachant que quand on est arrivé subitement, dès que ta voix sort, ça capte, l'algorithme capte pour identifier que c'est cette personne-ci. Parce que ça va construire ton image. Le son de ta voix est identique, est unique sur la terre. Donc le ton de ta voix, quand ça détecte ton son, ça correspond à l'image qu'on a eu à capter. De temps, c'est quand ils vont mettre l'image en train de parler, on entend ta voix. On dit, mais ça, c'est le frère Junior. Le voir avec la femme, elle était à tel hôtel, tel jour, tel jour. C'est que là, dit, ok, je crois qu'il était bon, c'est terminé comme ça. Cette technologie est faite pour faire le désordre, pour créer le chaos. Il va utiliser ça contre les... D'abord, quand ça va commencer, ça ne doit pas toucher les prédicateurs. C'est pour ça qu'il dit chaque fois que quand Satan suscite quelque chose, ce n'est pas contre le monde, c'est contre les chrétiens. Mais il va commencer ça dans le monde, vous allez entendre ces choses. Au nom du Seigneur Jésus-Christ de Nazareth, d'ici moins de 5 ans, vous allez commencer à comprendre ces choses-ci. Il dit bien, nous sommes en quelle année? Nous sommes en 2024. D'ici moins de 3 ans, d'ici moins de 2 ans, vous allez commencer à comprendre ce que je viens de dire. Vous allez entendre des politiciens qu'on va montrer comme ça, là, qu'on l'a vu en train de faire quelque chose alors que ce n'est pas lui. Maintenant, si vous n'avez pas ces choses en amont présentées par le Saint-Esprit, toi, tu vas entrer à l'intérieur. Donc, Satan fait d'une pierre plusieurs coups. Il te fait, toi qui étais son partisan, tu commences à le haïr. Il sème la haine entre vous. Il disloque cette famille-ci. Cet homme-ci, quand on va voir comme ça, là, il va falloir qu'il se défende auprès de sa femme, auprès de sa famille, auprès de sa famille politique. Si c'est un pasteur, auprès de son assemblée. L'eau, voilà qui est seul. Satan ne rit. Entre-temps, il n'a rien fait. Donc, ça va commencer d'abord au milieu politique. Quand ça commence au milieu politique, vous ne savez pas que là où il a d'aller. Il vous distrait comme ça. Les vraies cibles, ce sont les prédicateurs. Parce que ce sont tous les ministres de justice. On va dire, ok, voilà votre pasteur qui prêche. Le voilà. Prochaine congrégation, ça va être 4000 membres. Le prochain dimanche, tu vois que 4 personnes viennent. Tu vas comprendre que ça a cuit sur toi. Que les 10 000 offrandes ne peuvent plus entrer. Parce que tout le monde a vu avec preuve à l'appui que c'est ton image. Pourtant, frère, ce n'est pas toi. Alors, je t'avais dit que Satan, le monde qui est sous nous et au-dessus de nous, développe des technologies contre les chrétiens. Ça, c'est l'une des technologies. Vous avez compris? Très bien. Notez bien ceci ces jours-ci. Et vous notez ce qui est en train d'arriver. Le monde ne peut pas échapper à ceci. Ça va venir. Donc, cette technologie, c'est faite pour accuser. Faite pour accuser et pour détruire. Vous allez comprendre donc que l'ennemi vient vraiment pour détruire. Détruire. Parce que quand on dit détruire, quoi que c'est mal la délivrance. Voilà la vraie destruction. Parce qu'on met le propre sur toi. On salit ton image. Comment tu vas prouver que ce n'est pas toi? C'est ça le problème. Comment? Essaie de prouver. Et imagine s'il veut créer une bien cacophonie là. Il voit que non. Cet homme de ce grand ministère, c'est qui a l'influence internationale, passe souvent prêcher avec cette femme-ci, qui a une illuminée grand, qui a aussi l'influence internationale. Il dit, ça tombe bien. On met plutôt qu'ils sont de coucher ensemble. On balance ça. Ça gâte combien de ministères? Yeah. Que Dieu nous vienne en aide. Amen. Je vous le dis. Que Dieu nous vienne en aide. Vous pouvez imaginer s'ils ont développé les technologies pour dire que Marie de Magdala était la petite amie de Jésus. Pensez-y.
Ils ont même dit qu'il était homosexuel.
Tu as entendu? Donc si on a dit ça au maître, toi tu es qui? Ils ont reproduit l'évangile de Judas où il dit que le maître lui a fait l'endroit où on a fait comme ça, c'était les bisous. Qu'il suçait sa bouche, que le Seigneur Jésus suçait la bouche de Marie de Magdala. On a dit ça à Jésus. On a dit ça de Jésus, non? Point quelqu'un dit, toi prédicateur Olivier, Paul la flamme et autres, vous êtes la cible des plus anciennes de l'ennemi que le monde ait connu.
Mon frère, la solution c'est le Saint-Esprit.
Est-ce que les gens qui sont de parler, ce ne sont pas les gens qui ont le Saint-Esprit? Jésus n'était pas le Saint-Esprit. Hein?
Non, mais au moins
on ne peut pas y échapper, mon cher. C'est un processus qu'on doit passer par là. Ça te prend, ça te prend. Tu subis seulement. Tu dois apprendre à subir l'injustice sans régimber. Est-ce que tu as fait ça, oui ou non? Quand on interrogeait Jésus, on dit qu'on a entendu dire telle chose. Il avait dit ça. Est-ce qu'il avait dit ce qu'on l'accusait de qu'il a dit? Les accusateurs étaient face à face à lui, non? On dit qu'on l'a entendu dire. Il avait dit ça. Quand il a regardé, il a dit que tu mens. Il a dit quoi, frère? Dis, il n'a point ouvert la bouche. Dis alors, il n'a point ouvert la bouche devant ceux qui l'attendent. Devant ceux qui l'attendent. C'est ça. Mais au moins, maintenant, vous êtes prévenu en tant que chrétien de ce qu'il en est arrivé. C'est pour cela que les véritables serviteurs de Dieu, Dieu va les avertir. Mais de toute façon, c'est trop tard. Ceux qui ont les ministères sur YouTube qui montrent les trucs là-bas, qui montrent leur visage, ils sont crus. Donc, il y a des données déjà stockées. Même s'ils enlèvent maintenant, c'est parti pour eux. Vous avez compris?
Même les conducteurs, les conducteurs.
Conducteur conduit quoi le véhicule, frère? Non, en fait, je ne suis pas en train de dire quelque chose qui est à petite échelle sur nous. Je suis en train de vous parler de quelque chose de l'envergure internationale. Et qui va aller, c'est une technologie, quand ça va sortir, ça va se développer. Mais le point, c'est ceci, ça va commencer par les politiciens. C'est pour baisser, quand par exemple, quelqu'un a une cote élevée pour courir vers une présidence ou quoi que ce soit. Subitement, le mec il a couché, qui connaît de commun adultère, ça baisse à cause de la popularité, l'ennemi utilise ceci pour faire tel ou tel chose pour le balancer. Mais le point c'est que quand vous voyez ça dans le monde politique, c'est pas eux les cibles, c'est nous. Parce que ça, le scandale chez les policiers, un policier c'est un menteur. Donc on sait qu'il trompe souvent sa femme. Vous avez vu ce qu'on a fait à DSK? Vous avez vu ce qu'on lui a fait, non? Vous avez vu ce qu'on a fait au président américain Donald Trump? On sort procès après procès. Procès après procès. Ils ne peuvent pas l'arrêter. Procès après procès. C'est un ancien président américain. Déjà, même quand il est président, on enlève son compte parce qu'on ne veut pas qu'il parle. Si on fait ça à un président américain, le président le plus puissant du monde, je veux que vous sachiez qui sont ceux qui sont derrière. Pensez-y. Vous avez mon frère? Donc la technologie a... Oui, mon cher?
Je pense que même aujourd'hui, quand on va voir la technologie aujourd'hui, il y a certaines applications qui te permettent de pouvoir changer, même c'est-à-dire que changer l'entourage, c'est-à-dire qu'on prend ta photo et puis à partir des applications, on change l'entourage, l'atmosphère, voilà. Et on peut te présenter comme si tu étais en maillot de bain. Voilà, des montages quoi, voilà, des montages photos en fait.
L'autre là c'est Photoshop.
Ça mais c'est mieux, mais
c'est
c'est ton image, mais elle est quoi de quelqu'un d'autre.
Ce que je suis en train de dire, c'est que frère Olivier, quand tu vas voir, quand tu vas toi-même voir, tu vas douter de toi. Tu vas dire que c'est sûr que j'ai commis ça et je ne me suis pas rendu compte que j'étais sous cet élément. Que c'est sûr que j'étais drogué. On va te faire quelque chose que tu penses que toi-même, tu marches à la route, tu parles seul. Tu dis que c'est sûr que j'ai dû commis, c'est vraiment moi que moi-même j'ai vu. Satan va te convaincre que toi-même tu as commis, alors que toi-même tu sais que tu n'as pas commis. Donc faisons attention, d'accord? Alors, merci Père pour ce que tu fais, merci pour les œuvres de ténèbres que tu dénonces. Maintenant j'avance là où je t'en ai d'aller. Le monde souterrain développe des technologies et a développé des technologies qui permettent de surveiller chaque être humain qui doit naître sur la terre.
Je crois que notre génération doit savoir que la bête de l'événement est là. Et elle arrive. La bête de l'événement est là. Et elle arrive. La bête de l'événement est là.
Welcome back to Fox Recaps. Today, I'm going to explain the movie They Live, released in the year 1988. The story surrounds a homeless man named Nada who arrives in Los Angeles from Colorado, hoping to get a decent job. At the beginning of the film, he makes his first stop at the employment office that is flooded with people like him. The officer inquires about his last job and claims that they do not have anything suitable for him at the moment. Unemployment has hit the lower and middle classes because of economic decline. It's evident that Nada won't be getting a job anytime soon. As he wanders around the neighborhood, he comes across a preacher rambling about a secret organization that's ruling the world and making it sinful. He claims that the organization has corrupted the hearts and minds of the leaders and the rich to profit off of them. The poor have been exploited and are currently being manipulated without them knowing. Nada dismisses the preacher's words as blabber and walks away when he sees the police coming. While walking down the road, he notices a man staring into the TV as if he's being hypnotized by the show. The same thing happens at night with an old man. Nada still doesn't think much of it and continues looking for a job the next day. Eventually, he's hired as a laborer at a construction site. After a day of hard work, he meets a fellow laborer named Frank Armitage. Frank offers him a meal and a place to sleep at a local shantytown where most of the workers live. At night, the people at the shantytown are watching the TV when suddenly, the show is interrupted by a man relaying a strange message. He vaguely talks about a dangerous signal being sent through the mass media to the lower class people. The viewers all collectively get a headache as they listen to him. They don't think much of the message and continue watching the show when the problem is fixed. Then, the next morning, the message plays on TV again. This time, the person claims that the lower and middle class have become slaves to rich people who are not humans. Just then, Nada notices a man running off to a nearby church as if he knows something about the strange messages. He follows the guy and secretly enters the church. On investigating, he finds a place that is manufacturing some kind of sunglasses. A message that says, "They live, we sleep," has been written on the wall. Nada isn't able to decipher its meaning, but is soon about to find out the horrific truth that it denotes. In the other part of the church are a group of people who have formed a union. They are the ones hacking the TV signals to relay those messages. That night, a large force of police raids the church as the organization from earlier flees. Several dozers are brought to destroy the shantytown, and anyone who resists is brutally beaten. When everything settles down the next morning, Nada goes to the church and sees that the writing on the wall has been painted over. He realizes that the police had no reason to hide the writing if it didn't mean something significant. The day before, he had also noticed a secret compartment in the place. He sees that the police failed to discover the compartment and opens it himself. Inside is a box full of sunglasses that he had seen them manufacturing. He keeps one pair and hides the rest in a garbage can. When Nada wears the glasses for the first time, he finds out that it shows the reality that naked human eyes cannot see. Surprised, he looks around and discovers the word "obey" written on a billboard that advertises a control data corporation. Similarly, another billboard that has a woman laying on the beach says, "Marry and reproduce." Nada soon realizes that the world is filled with subliminal messages that affect and manipulate human brains into doing things they don't even know they're doing. The rich and powerful are being helped by evil organizations that collectively manipulate the lower and middle class people into being submissive. As Nada explores the new world, he sees several words like consume, obey, and sleep written everywhere. Some media urge the people to have no independent thought and to not question authority. But the biggest surprise comes when Nada notices a strange humanoid with bulging eyes and molted skin. Upon removing the glasses, the man looks normal, but through the glasses, his true face is visible. He is one of the rich people who have sold their soul to the organization. Lastly, Nada sees, "This is your God," written on paper money, indicating that money is the driving force the organization uses to manipulate people. The more Nada explores the neighborhoods, the more humanoids he comes across. He registers that the world is filled with humanoids blending in with normal people. Most of such humanoids wear expensive clothes and seem to be wealthy. He accidentally tells a lady that she looks horrible, which makes her realize that he can see her true face. She and the humanoids behind her immediately call someone on their watch and inform them about Nada's location. A while later, two humanoid policemen find him and ask him where he got the sunglasses. They try to reel him into being one of them, but Nada doesn't want to join the organization. He's also well aware that if he refuses, he will die. When the men are distracted, he attacks them and kills them all before escaping. While on a run, he enters a local bank filled with humanoids. Knowing that he's about to be killed one way or the other, Nada makes the first attack, firing on humanoids randomly. He then sees one of them disappear after twisting a watch. Before being caught, Nada flees the bank and ends up in a parking lot. There, he finds a woman named Holly and holds her at gunpoint, asking her to help him escape the police. The woman does as told and brings him to her house in the Hollywood Hills. Nada tries explaining the truth to her, but Holly remains unimpressed. She refuses to wear the glasses or believe anything he says. She also pretends to be sympathetic but slyly pushes him down her window and calls the police, unaware that they are the bad guys. Nada somehow manages to remain hidden through the night and goes to his workplace the next morning. He secretly meets Frank and tries asking him for help. However, since the news about him being a murderer has spread around the neighborhood, Frank doesn't want to associate with him. Nada explains that the people he killed were not humans, but Frank remains uninterested in his story. To prove his innocence, Nada returns to the alley where he disposed of the sunglasses. After retrieving them, he goes back to Frank and urges him to wear them. When he refuses yet again, they get into a fight. Nada forcefully makes him wear the glasses. When Frank finally gets a look at humanoids nearby, he stops trying to resist. On their way to a hotel, Nada explains everything he knows. They acknowledge that they'll have to stop the sinister community of people, but do not know how. The next evening, they join the union that had fled from the church before the police invasion. In the hideout, the duo is provided with lenses that do the same thing as the glasses, but are more discreet. While with the group, they find out that the humanoids are the ones responsible for global warming. They're trying to change our atmosphere to be more suitable for them and are finishing up our resources. Most people who are hungry for power, fame, and money fall right into their laps and are corrupted by them. The population of humans is decreasing day by day, which is a threat to everyone. The humanoids' watches are two-way radios that connect all of them to the mainframe of their existence. The group has somehow been able to retrieve one of such watches. The leader of the group claims that the best way to end the sinister beings is by revealing their truth to the world. They can do this by destroying the radio signal that delivers the subliminal messages to all humans through mass media. If they're able to destroy the signal, people will be able to see the real faces of humanoids even without the special glasses. A while later, Holly also joins the community, having found the truth after wearing the glasses that Nada left behind. She works in a broadcasting company and knows about a possible location where the humanoids might be broadcasting subliminal messages from. Nada thanks Holly for believing him, but as they talk, the place is raided by the police. They have been ordered to kill every rebel and finish the organization as a whole. The police force also consists of humans who have been told that the community they're attacking are government haters and terrorists. Many people die in the encounter, but amidst the chaos, Nada and Frank manage to escape into an alleyway. When they press a button on a humanoid watch, a secret portal appears on the ground. They enter it and end up in an underground facility of some sort. The place consists of high passages and heavily guarded areas. In one of the rooms, the humanoids are throwing a party for their human collaborators. The announcer tells the attendees about the raid that just took place to kill all the rebels on the West Coast. Everyone claps at the good news, while Nada and Frank disguise themselves in the crowd. Suddenly, a humanoid who has recently been sold to the organization approaches the two. Thinking that they're the newcomers, he shows them around the facility. He brings them to a station that acts as a transport measure to bring the humanoids from another world to the Earth. The duo is shocked at the revelation that the humanoids are actually aliens or corrupted humans being turned into aliens. Following that, they're taken to the studio of a local TV station. It turns out that the station is the source of the signal that corrupts people's minds with subliminal messages. When asked for their identity certification, Nada and Frank shoot the guards dead. Soon, an alarm alerts everyone of their presence. The two find out that if they shut down the signal disc on the roof, the messages will stop and people will be able to see the humanoids' real faces. While running down the studio, they find Holly, who had somehow survived the police raid earlier. She brings them up to the roof, where a disc is broadcasting the subliminal signals. As Nada runs up, Holly pulls out a gun and presses it against Frank's temple. It is clear to him that she has sided with the humanoids, but before he can do anything about it, she kills him. Nada is seconds away from destroying the broadcasting antenna when Holly points her gun at him. Right then, a police helicopter flies overhead and the aliens aboard order Nada to step away. He registers that he is about to die tonight, but doesn't want to make his death amount to nothing. In a second, he brings out a hidden sleeve pistol and shoots Holly dead. Immediately after, he is shot by policemen in the hovering helicopter. He uses his last bit of strength to get one final shot at the broadcasting antenna and destroys it. At last, he lies on the ground with a smile on his face, proud of his accomplishment. Soon after the signal is destroyed, chaos ensues in the world. For the first time, humans are able to see the reality of the mass media that they're being fed every day. People discover humanoids all around the country, living among them and exploiting human resources. That was all from the video. I hope you liked it. Subscribe for more content like this and hit the like button to help us out. Also, leave a comment if you want us to recap your favorite movie. Until next time, take care.
This artificial intelligence lets you speak with any, and I mean any celebrity voice in real time. Just tremendous, real time.
But the question is, who really is considered to be a celebrity?
Turns out, you can train any voice you want, even your own, and we'll look at it later in the video.
Now y'all listen up. As you can see, it doesn't sound exactly like them. You know why? Because you can't change the voice, but you can't change the way they deliver their lines.
Okay, so let's get ready, because we're going to show you exactly how to set it up, train those voices, and get the perfect ones.
I am not sponsored or affiliated with this AI platform. Neither I have done enough tests to recommend it. So use it at your own risk.
Back to my voice. So all you need to do is to go to the website called voice.ai and simply download it. At the moment it is free, kind of free, we'll get to that later. But the only drawback is at the moment of recording this video, this is only available on Windows. If you scroll down, you will see other platforms as well, like iOS, Android, Windows, and macOS. But if you click on them, you will see this is going to be available. So that's good news. So if you click on iOS, you do have an option to pre-order. So once you install it, you'll see something like this. The very first thing we would do here is set our audio input. So whatever your audio input is, maybe it's your mic with your audio interface, maybe it's a USB microphone, maybe it's a headset microphone, whatever that is, set that as an input right over here. And the next step is figuring out what mode you want to be in. So there are two modes. One is the record mode, where you record your audio, it's going to process it and give you a file. The other one is live mode. This is more for streaming. So it's going to change your voice in real time. So let us start with the recording mode. Let's set it to recording mode, and you can change which voice you want to change your voice to. So by default, let's say this is the voice. You can click on it to change any voice you want. Now keep in mind, not all the voices would be available. We'll get to how to train voices, how to make them available later. But for right now, whatever voice is available, you can go ahead and choose that. Click on Use. So let's try recording something. Hi there, this is Unmesh from Imperfect. I hope you're having a great day and making it a beautiful one. Let's stop it.
Hi there, this is Unmesh from Imperfect. I hope you're having a great day and making it a beautiful one. Let's stop it.
Voice.ai.
So as you can see, there's a watermark in there. Now you can choose to remove the watermark, but I think you have to pay extra for it. The other mode is live mode. Now this is going to be a little experimental. My voice can break. So I'm sorry, bear with me a little bit. So let's go ahead and switch to live mode. It changes voice real time. And as it does that, there can be a little bit of lag. Actually, there can be a lot of lag depending upon this slider. If you set it to faster, the lag between when I speak and when you hear will be short, but there will be a lot of artifacts in the voice. The quality would be much lower. If you set it to better, the quality would be higher, but there will be a lot more lag. So for fun, let us set the voice to Donald Trump right here. Now I'm going to start it. You will see how much delay there is. So right now I'm speaking in the voice of
Donald Trump. I'm not sure when you're going to hear the audio. I'm not sure how much of a lag there is going to be, but I'm hoping that the lag is going to be pretty reasonable. But I'm guessing that with better, the lag will be pretty high. Now let us decrease this slider, and now let's see how the quality is all the way to the left. So this is what you're hearing. I don't know how many artifacts you're going to hear. Thank you so much for tuning into this video.
So I don't know what you heard and how it sounded, but this is the demo. Now let's talk about one more thing. If you go to record mode, you would realize that there is a limitation, and that can be an issue. By the way, you can also go ahead and select a file for upload as well. But with the files as well, there is a limitation. Maybe if you pay, this limitation may be lifted. For example, if you want to remove the watermark or choose a higher audio, it asks for Beta Pro. Maybe this will remove limitations. I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Speaking of restrictions, you know where you can find incredible music for your videos without any restrictions? Epidemic Sound, the sponsor of today's video. Even when you have a huge library of thousands of tracks, finding the right music for the right video is always a struggle. With Epidemic Sound, you can filter your genre, subgenre, and even the mood to exactly pinpoint what you're looking for. And the best part is having separate tracks. As you can hear, the drums in the background might be distracting you. So I can just turn the drums off. That's it. The rest of the music is still going on. It lets you download separate instrumental and vocal tracks of the same song. Do keep in mind that Epidemic owns all the rights to their music, so you'll never have copyright issues in the future. Besides, of course, all the music is produced by professional musicians. Check out the link in the description to receive a free 1-month trial. Any videos where you use the music during this trial period will remain safe and protected even if you cancel the subscription after your trial month is over. So how do we get other voices? This is where it begins to get a little iffy. So you have to click on in here. You will see not all voices are available. You have to train them, and training them costs something. You can make it free. Let us take a look. So there's a lot of voices here. You can also create your own voice. We'll get to it later. Let's say we want Samuel L. Jackson. So all you need to do is to click on train. By the way, if you have already trained a voice, for example, I got this Obama one, use will show up when you hover. So all the unavailable voices, it will show train. So click on train. Now it's going to cost you 4,600 credits or coins to train it. Let's spend that for this video. Once it has finished training, you'll see them activated. You can also look at trained tab to see all of the voices that you have trained. So right now this one is training. So all you need to do is to click on use. You can also rate it. Hi, this is Samuel L. Jackson. Let's see how my voice has been replicated.
Hi, this is Samuel L. Jackson. Let's see how my voice has been replicated.
So how do you get these coins or credits to train voices? There's a free way, there's a paid way. All you have to do is to click on plus and you will see the prices of all of these. Now if you want the free ways, click on earn free credits. There are 3 ways. You can invite your friends, and everyone you invite you get 5,000 coins. The second one is you can join their Discord server, but then again it's just 500 coins. And then here is the main one. It uses your computer power to train the meta model, and in return it gives you credits. So if you click on the I button, you can read what it does. It actually uses your computer power, in other words electricity, so you're indirectly paying for it anyway. But then again, if you're in PG, or if you're in a hostel, a college dorm, a hotel where you don't have to pay for electricity, you can just start training now. And as you can see, it starts using your computer power and it gives you 2 to 15 credits per minute. So I don't want that. So those were some of the ways you can go about it. And if you want to try it out, use my link right here so that I can get some coins and probably make more videos in the future about it when it gets a lot of updates. So I'll be thankful. Now here comes the big one. Can you create your own voice? Can you train your own voice so that when anyone speaks, they can change their voice to yours? Of course you can. And this is how. If you click on it, and if you click on my voices, I already have created 2 voices of my own. You can click on create your voice. As usual, you can upload your avatar. So I'm gonna go with this one, hit open. You can crop it. Let's crop it. Let's name it Unmesh Testing 2. You can choose the language right here and choose whatever category you want. Cartoon, television, politician, whatever. So I'm just going to go ahead and choose real people. Now here's an important one. Do you want this voice to be available for everybody, or do you want to keep it unlisted? So you can choose it right here. So if it's publicly available, you cannot make it unlisted or private again. So choose what you want. You can choose the tag, male, and whatever other tags you want, and click on save. Now after you do that, you have the option to upload your audio files for your speaking. 15 minutes is recommended. Make sure the audio is clean. So I have some audio recordings. I'm going to upload all of these. So right now 3 audios are uploaded. 6 minutes, 5 minutes each. So about 15, and you can click on build. So now it is currently building the model. It can take a couple hours, even more, depending upon the traffic probably. Once I did it, it took me about 4 or 5 hours and it was done on that day. Either way, you will get a notification in your email when it finishes. And when it does finish, you'll be able to see it right here. So this is the one that I had created before. Let us try it. Now to input, we have another audio right here, and this is also something we created with AI. Let's take a look.
Today, I'm going to share with you how to use curves in Photoshop. Curves is one of the most versatile tools ever.
There you go. Can't believe it was created with AI, right? It was. If you're interested in a video about it, let me know in the comments. So let's select that file, click on this. Let's upload this audio.
Today, I'm going to share with you how to use curves in Photoshop. Curves is one of the most versatile tools ever.
Well, that failed. I think I may have to train it a little more. May have to put hours and hours of voices. There are a couple voices that have 100 hours of training. So we'll probably have to take a look at that. So with the gravity of things it can actually do, and this is, by the way, just only the beginning, this can seem a little concerning, right? There can be a lot of things people can use it for. A lot of good things and a lot of not so good things. Let me know what you think about this technology. So that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, make sure to give us a like, and also don't forget to subscribe, and not just subscribe. Ring the bell so that you, my friend, don't miss any other future tips, tricks, or tutorials. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in my next one. Till then, stay tuned and make sure that you keep creating.
There is a signal broadcast every second of every day through our television sets. Even when the set is turned off, look around. We are living in an artificially induced state of consciousness. They have made us indifferent to ourselves, to others. We are focused only on our own gain. Understand, they are safe as long as they are not discovered. All we really are is livestock. They want benign indifference. We have been lulled into a trance. They have created a repressive society, and we are their unwitting accomplices.
Today we're going to create an avatar that looks and moves like me. We begin by smiling into the camera. I love to smile. Smiling's my favorite. And breathing gently for a short second. Is this what breathing looks like? I'm Joanna Stern, and I'm excited to host this video. No, I am the real Joanna. Okay, so I cloned myself. Kinda. Howdy. Why? Well, the latest AI tools that generate text and images already make it hard to tell the difference between what's real and what's fake. What's coming next with AI-generated voice and video is gonna blur the lines even more. So I came up with a challenge. Can I replace myself with AI for the day? Yes, I came up with 4 challenges to see if AI me could sub in for real me. So real me had more time for me things. Or at least that's how I wanted it to go.
Still a little creeped out that I'm looking at frozen Joanna.
Okay, let's do this.
Scene 3, take 2, calibration.
Before we get into the challenges, let's talk about my AI avatar, which was made by a startup called Synthesia. I want to make my avatar. At a professional studio in New York, the company recorded me doing a series of head movements. I feel like I'm at the eye doctor. Okay. And reading through a rather odd pre-written script. Positive thinking will help you believe in yourself and fill you with self-esteem and confidence. After that, I headed to an audio studio where I recorded another script for about an hour. My name is Joanna Stern, and I hereby consent to this audio recording to create a custom voice. The company took that all and used it as training data and ran it through their AI neural networks. Hello, Joanna. You don't mind if I call you Joanna, do you? Okay, so the voice isn't the best. A tool called 11 Labs produced something better after my producer Kenny uploaded 2 hours of my previous recordings. I am the real Joanna. I am the real Joanna. I am the real Joanna. Both Synthesia and 11 Labs work similarly. Type in anything and AI Joanna just says it right back. Synthesia is aimed at companies that want to make internal videos. It charges at least $1,000 to create a custom avatar. Creating a voice clone with 11 Labs is $5 a month. Challenge 1, phone calls. I happened to have a call scheduled that day with Evan Spiegel, the CEO of Snap. The company recently released My AI, a chatbot within the popular app.
Hey, Evan, it's Joanna. Do you worry that if we chat with AI all day, we'll stop talking to our real friends?
Definitely not what we've been seeing. I think that's one of the real benefits of our sort of testing and learning approach here. So far, I think if anything, it's going to become a conversation enhancement and improve the way that people communicate with their friends and family.
Did you think, by any chance, that my question to you was generated by an AI voice?
No. I mean, the first word or two was a little bit of a giveaway, but I thought maybe you were extra serious today.
Even my own sister was pretty fooled when I called her about her dead fish.
Hello? Hey, Jules. I just heard about Swimmy Dimmy, and I wanted to let you know how sorry I am for your loss.
Did you think it was me?
At first, yes, and then no. Like, it sounds obviously exactly like you, but just with the fact that, it doesn't pause for talking back.
Challenge 1, pass. Challenge 2, create a TikTok. I asked ChatGPT to write a TikTok script in the voice of Joanna Stern about an obscure iOS 16 tip. The hardest thing was getting ChatGPT to write the truth. It just made stuff up. Finally, I got a good one, although the writing certainly was not very me. I pasted the script into Synthesia, put a green screen behind my avatar, and exported it. While the WSJ TikTok team edited, I was pretty impressed with the final TikTok. TikTok fam, it's Joanna Stern, your iOS wizard. Today, we're unearthing the hidden world of back tap gestures. I love that I did not have to shoot this. I did not have to put on nice clothes, do my hair, do my makeup, say these lines. But TikTok was less impressed. They picked up on the fact that the avatar never moves its arms, that the mouth movements don't always match the audio, and that there's little facial expression. Synthesia has already started to improve a lot of this in beta versions of its avatars.
Look, I can nod my head.
Challenge 2, fail. Challenge 3, bank biometrics. Instead of asking security questions, some banks use your voice to confirm it's you before transferring you to a customer service rep.
This call will be monitored and recorded, and your voice may be used for verification. Please speak your first and last name, followed by your mailing address.
Joanna Stern.
This is Nikki with Chase Credit Card Services.
It worked. Chase confirmed the voice and put me straight through to a service rep. No additional questions asked. Later in the day, I asked our intern Slav to try to do his best impression of me to see what would happen.
Speak your first and last name, followed by your mailing address.
Joanna Stern.
Please enter the last 3 digits printed on the signature panel on the back of your card.
See, in Slav's case, the voice biometric system didn't buy it. It asked for further verification. When I reached out to Chase's spokeswoman said, "We use voice biometrics, along with a variety of other methods, to authenticate customers who call us." She added that to complete requests, customers must provide additional information. Challenge 3, pass. Challenge 4, video calls. I asked ChatGPT to generate some generic meeting phrases and exported videos of my avatar saying them. Then I installed some software on my Mac to pump that video into my Google Meet calls.
It sounds good.
Oh, you're muted, Joanna.
Oh my god, is this the real Joanna?
Yeah, this looks like a fake.
It sounds good.
She looks, yeah, what is happening here?
Hey, everyone. How did you know that it wasn't me?
It looks like a hologram version of you.
It was the poster for me.
Okay.
She also didn't make any jokes.
Challenge 4, big fail. So, what did we learn today? We learned that video clones aren't going to fool anyone yet, but AI voices are quite good. We also learned that while you could use these to save time, people could also misuse them. Do I want to avoid going to the studio some days? Yup. Do I fear scammers using our voices to call banks or our families? Yup. Synthesia says it requires those creating avatars to give verbal consent. 11 Labs requires you check a box saying you have permission to use the voice. And the company says it's capable of identifying its voices if they are misused. Either way, it means we're all going to have to be on high alert to tell the real versus the AI.
And finally, stay human, everyone.
Good luck. I am inevitable.
It got me thinking about my full-time employees and their ability to survive on $8 an hour in New York City. And foremost in all of our minds has been the loss and the grief felt by the people of Orlando. Most of us don't get our health care through the marketplace. We get it through our job or through Medicare or Medicare. And what you should know is that thanks to the Affordable Care Act, your coverage is better today than it was before. Women can get free checkups, and you can't get charged more just for being a woman. To give his employees come together to pass a common, there's a bill that would boost America in very, very hard times.
Some progress, at least within the small confines of the legal community. I think it's real important.
Here we go. President Barack Obama, when you're giving a speech, make sure you use a lot of pauses.
America's businesses have created 14.5 million new jobs over 75 straight months.
We're developing technology. Every technology can be used in some negative way, and so we all should work towards making sure that it's not going to happen. And even one of the interesting directions is that once you know how to create something, you know how to reverse engineer it. And so you can, and so one could create methods for identifying edited videos versus real videos.
Wars. At the time in history, there wasn't really a concept of perpetual peace, right? It's like, this is deepfake example of what is possible with powerful computer and editing. It took around 72 hours to create this example from scratch using extremely powerful GPU. It could be improved with more computing time, but 90% of people cannot tell the difference.
Paris, I don't want to be late to this premiere. We gotta go.
You should always run fashionably late. It's your night.
You were so absolutely beautiful.
Thank you.
How do I look? Am I all prim, ready to go?
Check it out. Looking very sharp, Mr. Cruz.
I think we're really gonna wow the world.
Think people are really gonna believe that we're a couple?
I think most people will believe.
Story of my life.
All right, now we're gonna skydive into this thing. You ready?
I do not sense.
Françaises et Français, mes chers compatriotes, qui sème l'illusion, récolte la souffrance. Oui. Ivre de ma puissance nouvellement acquise, je vous ai roulé dans la farine. J'ai franchi une ligne rouge. Je ne suis pas qui je suis. J'ai honte. Pardon, je vous demande pardon. Je ne recommencerai plus. Je m'en vais. Adieu.
Ne croyez pas ce que vous voulez voir. Écoutez des avis divergents, c'est important.
We're entering an era in which our enemies can make it look like anyone is saying anything at any point in time.
Jordan Peele created this fake video of President Obama to demonstrate how easy it is to put words in someone else's mouth.
Moving forward, we need to be more vigilant with what we trust from the internet.
Not everyone bought it, but the technology behind such frauds is rapidly improving, even as worries increase about their potential for harm. This is your Bloomberg Quick Take on deepfakes. Deepfakes, or realistic-looking fake videos and audio, gained popularity as a means of adding famous actresses into porn scenes. Despite bans on major websites, they remain easy to make and find. They're named for the deep learning artificial intelligence algorithms that make them possible. Input real audio or video of a specific person, the more the better, and the software tries to recognize patterns in speech and movement. Introduce a new element like someone else's face or voice, and a deepfake is born.
It's actually extremely easy to make one of these things. There were just some supposed, breakthroughs from academic researchers who work with this particular kind of machine learning in the past few weeks, which would drastically reduce the amount of video you need actually to create one of these.
Programs like FakeApp, the most popular and widely available for making deep fakes, need dozens of hours of human assistance to create a video that looks like this, rather than this. In August, researchers at Carnegie Mellon revealed software that accurately rendered not just facial features, but changing weather patterns and flowers in bloom. This advance is not yet available to the public. But with increasing capability comes increasing concern.
This is kind of fake news on steroids, potentially. We do not know of a case yet where someone has tried to use this to perpetrate a kind of fraud or an information warfare campaign, or for that matter, to really damage someone's reputation. But it's the danger that everyone is really afraid of.
In a world where fakes are easy to create, authenticity also becomes easier to deny. People caught doing genuinely objectionable things could claim evidence against them is bogus. Fake videos can also be difficult to detect, though researchers around the world and at the US Department of Defense have said they're working on ways to counter them. Deep fakes do, however, have some positive uses. Take Cereproc, a firm that creates digital voices for people who lose theirs from disease.
Speech synthesis is the artificial production of human speech.
There are also applications that could be considered either good or bad, like the many, many deepfakes that exist solely to turn as many movies as possible into Nicolas Cage movies.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Let's play a game. I'm going to show you two videos. One is real, one is altered by AI. Can you spot the deep fake? Prime Minister Justin Trudeau recommended one of these books. Which one?
The book that I got excited about reading through. It's called This Can't Be Happening in MacDonald Hall. It's called How the Prime Minister Stole Freedom.
Yeah, it was the last one. The Prime Minister never said that. Okay, round two.
If you can see, I hope to finish this talk show one day.
Will the fake Morgan Freeman please stand up?
I am not Morgan Freeman, and what you see is not real.
How about these videos of Florida Governor Ron DeSantis? Did the presidential hopeful say this?
I'm the only one that could possibly compete with Donald Trump.
Or this?
I took some very bad advice. I did some very bad things.
The last one is fake, made to make you think that DeSantis was dropping out of the race. Look at the mouth. out of sync to the voice.
I never should have challenged President Trump.
One giveaway to a deepfake. For now. From Hollywood to Washington to Ottawa, deepfakes are confusing reality.
With AI, fraudsters can take 3-second recording of your voice. I've watched one of me on a couple of times. I said, when the hell did I say that?
Spend enough time scrolling, like me, you start questioning everything on your screen. How do I know that you're not a deepfake?
Ah, that's the right question, isn't it?
Hani Farid specializes in digital forensics out of the University of California, Berkeley.
If you're trying to create a 10-second hot mic of the prime minister saying something inappropriate, that'll take me 2 minutes to do. And very little money and very little effort and very little skill.
Okay, so a video of a politician swearing or dancing won't set off national security alarms.
President Trump is a total and complete dip.
But as AI technology gets better and more believable, Farid worries about populations primed for manipulation.
What concerns me a great deal in this country in particular is how partisan we are. And when you have that kind of deep partisanship, that outright hatred of the other side, not just disagreement, the disinformation campaigns are much more effective because they will take hold because everybody's already there.
Here's something you might have seen before on your social media feed.
On artificial intelligence.
A deepfake of the National's Ian Hannah-Mansing that seems to be selling cryptocurrency.
More than $765
It's a scam. He never recorded that. It's made with AI. Okay, but what if during the next election you see multiple videos that look and sound like a journalist you trust telling you the date of the election has changed? Would you believe it? I think that's really scary when you think about
Release that, 12 hours before election day, go supernova viral. It doesn't matter if you correct the record 12 hours later. The damage has been done.
It's that threat to democracy that rattles this conservative MP.
Politicians have large digital footprints. I have over a decade worth of speeches that are on the internet, writing, videos. It'd be very easy for somebody to put together a deepfake video of me.
Worried that Parliament isn't moving fast enough, Michelle Rempel-Gardner helped set up a nonpartisan working group to tackle AI.
We haven't even dealt with telephone scams as a country, right? We really haven't dealt with beta version phone scams. And now here we are with very sophisticated technology that anybody can access and come up with very realistic videos, indistinguishable between the real thing and what's been produced. The question really is Canada ready to deal with this? These are not conversations that are happening front and center in Parliament right now, and that is concerning.
Not far from Parliament, the worst case scenario is top of mind. Canada's cyber spies are already sounding the alarm about our first AI election. Carolyn Xavier is the chief of the Communications Security Establishment, or CSE, the sister agency to CSIS.
This is what we fear, is potentially that there could be a foreign interference so grave that then the electoral results are brought into question.
Simply put, is Canada ready for its deepfake election?
There's lots of work we continue to need to do with regards to education and, citizenship literacy. But do I think we, CSC, is ready? The Cyber Center, absolutely, I think we're ready, because this is what we train for. This is what we get ready for. This is why we develop our people. We anticipate the worst. I'm hoping it won't happen, but we're ready.
Ready to help allies like the U.S. with their election this year. When it comes to our election, CSE has the power to knock dangerous content offline. But even then, it doesn't have a magic bullet to kill deepfakes.
The reality of it is, yes, it would be great to say that there's this one tool that's going to help us decipher the deepfake. We're not there yet, and I don't know that that's the focus we should have. Our focus should truly be in creating professional skepticism of the stories that are out there so that we can have critical thinking happening every time we're looking at the news or we're looking at the information that is at our disposal.
So how do you do that? Remember the game I played with you earlier? Okay, so let's play this game. Well, Scott DeYoung created a board game to fight disinformation. I'm the good person, and you're trying to spread conspiracy theories,
I am the conspiracy theorist.
Okay. His research at Montreal's Concordia University is teaching people how online echo chambers and conspiracy theories work. He says deepfakes are designed to get us when we're most vulnerable.
When we're scrolling on social media, we don't want to have our brains on. We're tired. We're not actually engaging with content. We're just kind of mindlessly scrolling, maybe laughing and sharing something with our friends. And that's not a time when we're going to do those steps of like, okay, we're going to stop, we're going to pause, we're going to reflect.
Can we actually teach people not to fall for fake content?
I would love to say yes. Like, we can teach people the skills to recognize when content is misleading. My actual advice for people during these kind of election times is to try to watch things live, because it's a lot harder to see the deep fakes or the false content when you're watching the live version.
With the year of elections upon us, including maybe Canada's, experts say the best strategy is to act now. Or come election day, we might all lose.
Salut, c'est Emmanuel Macron et j'ai pris le contrôle de la chaîne YouTube de janvier.
Non, 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 c'est Elon Musk qui te parle à travers le corps de janvier.
Grâce à Face Fusion, tu vas pouvoir en fait mettre le visage de n'importe quelle personnalité dans ton propre corps.
Et si tu veux garder ton visage et le mettre dans le corps d'une personnalité pour devenir par exemple un gangster, un rappeur à succès,
je vais sortir un nouvel album,
ou le prochain attaquant vedette du PSG,
le football il a changé.
Tu pourras aussi le faire avec Face Fusion. Et tous les trucages que je viens de faire avant sont relativement simples et basiques à réaliser.
Simple, basique, ok.
Ça y est, on est devant le PC ou le Mac et on va aller maintenant se connecter sur son navigateur. Donc tout ce qu'on va faire, les face swap, deepfake, c'est en ligne, pas besoin d'installer un logiciel. On va aller sur GitHub Face Fusion, voilà, c'est à quoi va ressembler l'interface. Donc ça c'est un aperçu du projet GitHub. Je reviens en arrière. Je te demande pas en fait d'installer ça en ligne de commande. En fait, ils ont eu la bonne idée, les auteurs de ce projet, de faire un Google Collab. Donc si je vais à la racine ici de Face Fusion, github.com Face Fusion, tu vois ici Face Fusion Collab. Google Collab, ça veut dire quoi? Ça veut dire que c'est un notebook dans lequel tu vas en fait te reposer sur les machines de Google, donc du GPU, une grosse carte graphique pour faire des gros calculs et que ça va aller relativement vite. Et il y a juste à appuyer ici sur le petit bouton Open Collab. Voilà, donc c'est 3 lignes de code à faire. Face Fusion 1.3.1. Tu te connectes avec ton compte Google, tu fais connecter GPU ici. Et on va faire défiler ici toutes les petites lupiotes. Faut appuyer sur Play. Alors le premier, il est un peu plus long parce qu'il faut tout installer. Ça dure 6 minutes. Donc on dit exécuter malgré tout. Et on les fait un à un. Voilà, tu vois ici. Et donc il est en train d'installer tous les librairies de Face Fusion sur les machines de Google.
A few minutes later.
C'est que c'est folie. Ah voilà, 6 minutes 31, c'est bon. Ensuite on fait le deuxième. Hop, celui-là il prend 1 ou 2 secondes. Voilà. Et le dernier, c'est ça qui va permettre de lancer l'interface et de vraiment pouvoir s'amuser. Il est assez rapide aussi celui-là. Donc il va créer une URL qui va contenir en fait, une interface graphique avec notamment Gradio qui permet d'exécuter sur un navigateur du code Python. Voilà. Running on local URL, c'est ce qu'il dit. Et en fait, il faut cliquer sur ce lien-là, ouvrir dans le nouvel onglet et tu vas voir apparaître à l'écran l'interface graphique qu'on attendait, Face Fusion 1.3. Donc, il faut que tu mettes, on va faire Macron là. Donc, image source, on va mettre la tête d'Emmanuel Macron. Donc, j'ai pris son portrait. Donc là, tu peux mettre que du JPEG. Ou que un format image. Donc, on met la tête d'Emmanuel Macron. Voilà, son portrait officiel. Et là, je vais télécharger la vidéo de 6 secondes. J'ai pris volontairement une vidéo courte dans laquelle je dis salut, c'est Emmanuel Macron qui a pris le corps de janvier. Macron.mp4. C'est en train d'uploader. Voilà. Donc, on a ma vidéo ici. Voilà. Et même là, il est en train de créer une preview, tu vas voir. Et tu vas voir que quand la preview sera faite, on pourra créer le trucage avec confiance. Voilà, tu vois déjà, c'est moi quoi. C'est Macron sur mon corps. Donc rien qu'en voyant ça, je me dis, c'est bon, je peux y aller. Donc pour y aller, pour générer une vidéo, là il a juste fait swap image. Donc on veut toutes les images de la vidéo de 6 secondes, donc 6 x 25, le nombre d'images, c'est 25 images par seconde. On fait Start. Donc là, on voit que le compteur tourne. Et en fait, si on revient au Google Colab ici, dans l'autre onglet, donc là il a 147 images à traiter, c'est ce que je te disais. A priori 25 x 6 secondes. On est à 22%, il prévoit moins d'1 minute pour le faire. Donc c'est relativement rapide. Faut imaginer quand on fait des deepfakes de cette qualité-là, avant, le temps que ça prenait. Et c'est vraiment là où Face Fusion est assez extraordinaire. Parce que franchement le rendu il est bluffant. C'est pas les logiciels de lip sync qui font des choses aussi bluffantes. On a vraiment l'impression qu'Emmanuel Macron, tu verras après, enfin tu l'as vu au début de la vidéo, a mon pull, ma casquette est en train de parler dans ma pièce, dans mon bureau de youtubeur. Alors on va avoir ma voix, j'ai juste fait le deepfake de l'image. Je te dirai après comment tu peux faire le deepfake de la voix. Là c'est fait. Il faut encore, ils disent merging vidéo. Donc en fait, tant que ce truc là il calcule, là c'est pas bon, donc il faut attendre. Là il a pris 80 secondes. Je pense qu'il faut attendre à peu près le double. Mettre une autre frame, bah, voilà, bah, il l'a fait. Il l'a fait l'autre pote, elle est là. Donc là je peux la télécharger. Tu vois, j'ai avancé une autre frame pour voir. Et donc là, je peux télécharger ma vidéo. Je viens de la télécharger. Elle fait 19 mégas et je peux également la jouer directement ici. Tu vois? Salut, c'est Emmanuel Macron. J'ai pris le contrôle de la chaîne YouTube de janvier. Ok, et donc, ce qu'on peut faire également, c'est mettre une image par-dessus une image. Je te montre autre chose. Donc cette fois-ci, on va mettre mon image, ma photo. Donc je vais fermer ça. Donc le truc continue à tourner à côté, donc on peut continuer à faire nos travaux dessus. Et cette fois-ci, je vais uploader ma photo janvier. Et on va pas la mettre dans une vidéo, la target, on va la changer. On va faire un truc qui va être beaucoup plus rapide. Je vais prendre une image que j'ai générée avec Dali. Voilà, une image générative de moi dans mon bureau de youtubeur, tu vois. Et voilà. Et tu vois, elle est là ici. Et tu reconnais bien mes traits du visage par rapport à traits du visage de ce gars-là. Et je peux la télécharger. C'est vraiment du face swap de précision. On peut en mettre une autre, ça va relativement vite. Le beau gosse sur la plage, voilà. Elle est là en fait l'image et on peut la télécharger. Voilà, et tu reconnais bien, moi j'ai un nez beaucoup plus gros que ce beau gosse, mais on reconnaît mes traits du visage, mes yeux, etc. C'est bien moi. Alors, c'est pas forcément toujours hyper qualitatif parce que le modèle a été entraîné sur des petites bases d'images. Et donc, on peut également mettre mon visage dans une vidéo de gangster. Donc, de la même façon, on va enlever la target. Et cette fois-ci, on va mettre une autre vidéo, celle de Jimmy Conway dans le film Les Affranchis. Et comme tout à l'heure, il va me faire... Alors, il y a plusieurs visages, j'ai un peu peur du rendu, je ne l'ai pas testé. Ah, et donc on va lui dire la référence face. Ah voilà, donc c'est celle-là la référence face. Il faut que je m'assure qu'il ait bien la référence face. Ah voilà, là c'est bon. Il a bien mis ma tête là, donc c'est pas évident ce réglage là. Alors si je bouge un peu, on va voir, est-ce qu'il a bien capté? Oui, c'est bon. Donc maintenant qu'il a capté qui était à l'image, on va pouvoir faire Start, générer. Alors on va voir combien de temps ça prend. On en est à 360 images parce que la séquence elle dure 14 secondes. T'imagines, tu peux être la star de ton film préféré, la star de ton clip de rap préféré comme je l'ai fait au début. Oui bien sûr tout ça c'est des trucages donc il faut bien sûr l'indiquer, faut pas s'amuser, faut rester éthique, faut pas essayer de tromper les gens, faire des fake news. Voilà, il a fait le hot pout qui est là, c'est bien moi, avec les yeux et tout. Bluffant non? Dans la peau de Niro. Voilà. Petit effet qui se coule pour que ce soit sympa si la personne se met à parler.
Salut, c'est Emmanuel Macron. J'ai pris le contrôle de la chaîne YouTube de janvier.
Voilà. Alors, qu'est-ce qu'on va faire pour ça, pour transformer la voix? On va utiliser Voice My AI. J'avais fait un petit tuto là-dessus. Ça s'appelle cloner une voix. Et là, tu vas uploader le fichier MP3. Alors, limite 30 mégas. Alors, il est là.
Salut, c'est Emmanuel Macron.
Et donc là, tu prends la voix d'Emmanuel Macron avec Voice My AI ici. On va faire gérer le clonage de voix a priori.
Salut,
C'est Emmanuel Macron. J'ai pris le contrôle de la chaîne YouTube de janvier.
Si cette vidéo t'a plu, je compte sur toi pour mettre un petit pouce levé. Dis-moi dans les commentaires quel type de face swap tu veux réaliser. Est-ce que tu veux chanter? Est-ce que tu veux devenir un acteur ou autre? Dis-moi tout ça dans les commentaires et abonne-toi à ma chaîne YouTube pour recevoir chaque semaine un nouveau tutoriel.
Faut qu'on voit les bases. Je vais faire une vidéo simple où je vais dire des trucs simples.
Hi everybody, it's me, Jennifer Lopez. I'm so excited to be on Start Here, my absolute favorite show. Let's talk about my new album. Or we could talk about the dangers of deepfakes. They've gone from lookalikes that seem a bit off.
This is a dangerous time.
Trust in what is genuine and what is not.
To scary good videos that have gone viral.
We have now reached a state where the impersonations are extremely well done, extremely hard to detect.
I genuinely love the process of manipulating people online for money.
The technology behind deepfakes is getting smarter, while new apps are making it easier.
The better deepfakes become, the harder it becomes to assess what is real and what is fake.
So what are deepfakes? How can you spot them? And why could something as fun as a face swap actually be the start of something way more sinister? Let's break down the word itself. The fake and deepfake is pretty self-explanatory. While deep refers to deep learning by a machine, which is a type of artificial intelligence.
And this is used to impersonate people into saying things, they've never said or acting like they've never acted before.
Probably the best way to explain it is to show you how we did it.
So I'm here with Khaldoon, Start Here's graphics genius, and he's taken a video of me and a video of Jennifer Lopez.
So I used a free software online called Deep Face Lab. The first step is to turn your video into hundreds of images, basically the frames. And the second step is to separate the face from the images.
So the software is pinning my eyes and my mouth to the center of the frame so that it's easier to align with JLo's face.
And then we go to the step 3, which is the machine learning. I need to keep pressing P to update because it takes so much time. I just put the die on the P and then put some weight on it and go grab coffee. And then we have the final step, basically is adjusting the skin tone and merging the two faces on the final result.
The whole process actually took a few days, but making deepfakes is getting easier as the technology improves, and it's improving fast. So what can we do with it? Well, there are plenty of useful, creative, and harmless applications to all this deepfakery. This anti-malaria campaign had David Beckham speaking 9 languages.
Malaria isn't just any disease.
وما زالت تقتل طفلا كل دقيقتين.
This documentary used deepfakes to hide the real faces of LGBTQ people in Chechnya who were afraid to be identified. There are slightly weirder uses as well. The website MyHeritage reanimates photos of your dearly departed relatives, and some people find that comforting. What all of those examples have in common is that they're not about trying to deceive people, and the people involved are all in on it. The problem is when deepfakes are made of people without their consent. And so often, that means women. There are people out there using pictures of celebrities and ordinary women and deep faking them onto pornography actors. A study in the Netherlands found that a staggering 96% of the deepfakes online were non-consensual porn.
It's women's bodies, identities, and rights that are being transgressed.
It's humiliating, it's embarrassing, and particularly with deepfakes becoming so good, it's very difficult to convince people that that isn't you, because if it looks like you, it might as well be you. We see big impacts on people's mental health, depression, anxiety.
And it goes beyond the world of porn. A mother in Pennsylvania has been accused of trying to discredit 3 of her daughter's rivals on a cheerleading squad. Her police said she made deepfakes of them naked, drinking, and smoking. Financial scammers are using deepfake technology too. In 2019, criminals used AI software to impersonate the voice of a businessman's boss on the phone. They convinced him to transfer more than $240,000 to a bogus Hungarian bank account. So the dangers of deep fakes are already real, and they're adding to a whole world of misinformation, a world where it can already be hard to know what's true and what's not, where actual facts are dismissed as false, conspiracy theories thrive, and powerful states run sophisticated disinformation campaigns.
Most of the misinformation we see and most of what people get affected by is much lower tech things. Photos taken out of context, things that are simple Photoshop jobs, much simpler and cheaper ways of making misinformation go viral.
Like this video of Nancy Pelosi, a senior US Democrat who was made to look drunk just by slowing down the video.
It's really sad, and here's the thing. And I told this to the room. It's really sad, and here's the thing. And I told this to the room.
But the power of deepfake technology takes it all to another level.
In the old days, if you wanted to threaten the United States, you needed 10 aircraft carriers and nuclear weapons and long-range missiles. Increasingly, all you need is the ability to produce a very realistic fake video.
What deepfakes do is create a climate of doubt to the point where what's actually real can be mistaken as something fake. That's what happened in Gabon. Back in 2019, President Ali Bongo hadn't been seen in public for months. And when the government released this video, he didn't really look like himself. Turns out the president had suffered a stroke that changed how he looked. But some people were convinced he was dead and that the video was a deep fake. A week later, a group of soldiers attempted a coup. So how can we spot deepfakes? Well, there are some signs we can look for. There might be differences in resolution, or if you see ghosting around the face or blurring around the ears or hairline, chances are a computer made it.
What I tell people is if something makes you feel a strong emotion, either really good or really mad, that's the time to take an extra second and check to see if it's real.
But the reality is that as deepfakes get better, they'll get harder and harder to spot. Researchers at universities and companies like Microsoft and Facebook are working on automated software to find and flag them. Organizations like the UN, Europol, and the FBI are all actively looking into how to counter deepfakes as a threat.
We're always in this arms race of kind of a new technology exists, people start using it for bad things, and then we kind of adjust our understanding and move forward.
There's nothing inherently bad about the technology, but we know the harm it can do. So what you and I can do is be more aware. Don't be fooled by the rocks that I got, or the face that I got either. If you want to see more Start Here episodes, subscribe to the Al Jazeera YouTube channel and our Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter pages, where we release new shows every week. See you there.
These YouTubers are using deepfake technology in some very funny ways. At number 1, The Fakening, who put Elon Musk's face on Charlie Sheen.
That's how I roll. I have one speed, I have one gear. Go.
Put Kevin Hart on Mr. T.
I just want to shake some sense into you kids.
And swap Tom Hanks for Keanu Reeves in Forrest Gump.
Mama said they'd take me anywhere. She said they was my magic shoes.
All right, Forrest. You can open your eyes now.
Face swaps are like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. At number 2, Next Face. He features Keanu too by making him multiple characters on NBC's The Good Place.
Everything okay?
Nope. Gets strange with Stranger Things characters swapping Eleven's face for Hopper.
Max wanted to have a sleepover. Is that okay?
Yeah.
And turn Ryan Reynolds into Willy Wonka in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
This is the Great Glass Wonkavator.
It's an elevator.
It's a Wonkavator. An elevator can only go up and down, but the Wonkavator can go sideways and slantways and long ways.
That is almost as freaky as the Tim Burton remake. And third on our list of celebrity face swap channels, Dr. Fakenstein, who's inserted Snoop Dogg and Mike Tyson into an episode of Oprah.
So I want you to read this one first. Okay.
I read what he said?
Yeah, that's what he said.
Oh,
Mess with Mike again in the Family Matters intro.
Cause all I see is a tower of dreams, real love bursting out of every scene.
and most famously, turn Nick Offerman, aka Ron Swanson, into everyone on the Full House intro. And now, this baby's gonna haunt your dreams tonight. You're welcome. Swapping celebrities on the Buzz List.
Je crois que notre génération doit savoir que la bête de l'événement est là. Et elle arrive. La bête de l'événement est là. Et elle arrive. La bête de l'événement est là.